The indigenous tribes of the United Arab Emirates have long been guardians of their own unique, profound cultures, residing within the desert landscapes and holding the threads of their ancestral narratives. Rooted deeply within the sands, their existence stretches back for countless generations, where traditions, stories, and livelihoods emerged from the interplay between human ingenuity and the demanding environment. However, in recent decades, a disconcerting phenomenon has emerged: a gradual yet persistent disappearance of these indigenous tribes and their vibrant cultures. Numerous factors, which run the gamut from globalization, urbanization, socio-economic shifts, to policy changes, have encroached upon the traditional ways of life these tribes have upheld for centuries. The rush towards urban development and modernization in the UAE, especially post the discovery of oil, has dramatically altered the socio-economic landscape of the nation. Amidst the sprawling skyscrapers, luxurious malls, and modern amenities, the space and sustenance for traditional tribal lifestyles have progressively dwindled. Part of this transformation has seen a physical migration from rural to urban areas, wherein members of tribes seek new opportunities within cities, thus distancing themselves from their original lands and, gradually, their traditional customs and practices. The allure of urban employment, education, and healthcare is undeniable, prompting a generational shift towards modernity. Alongside this, the facets of global culture that permeate through the digital age infiltrate these tribal communities, gradually eroding the transmission of ancient customs, languages, and practices to the younger generation. With the pervasive influence of global media and technology, the youth often find themselves torn between modernity and tradition. Interestingly, the dimension of governance and national identity also plays a pivotal role. In the endeavor to carve a unified national identity amidst the global stage, smaller tribal identities can sometimes become overshadowed or even marginalized, as a collective cultural presentation takes precedence. It is also pivotal to explore how economic factors, particularly the diversification of the economy beyond the traditional sectors, have impacted tribal livelihoods. The shift from a focus on fishing, pearl diving, and nomadic herding to sectors like tourism, aviation, and technology disrupts the economic stability of tribes whose practices are deeply intertwined with the former. In this cascade of transformation and disappearance, the loss extends beyond just the tribes. The cultural, historical, and environmental knowledge that these tribes possess is invaluable. Their understanding of the natural world, survival skills in harsh environments, and the oral histories of the region are irreplaceable facets of human knowledge and heritage. Amidst the diminishing echoes of tribal languages and law, there's a burgeoning recognition amongst historians, anthropologists, and even policymakers regarding the imperative to preserve these vanishing threads of culture. Efforts range from documentation, research, to more immersive and empowering initiatives. For instance, integrating indigenous knowledge and practices within contemporary applications, such as sustainable living, ecological preservation, and even educational curriculums, is one pathway. By entwining traditional wisdom with modern applications, a symbiotic relationship can potentially emerge, fostering a space where ancient wisdom breathes through modern expressions. There have also been endeavors to facilitate platforms wherein tribes can continue to practice and propagate their cultures amidst modern contexts. Creating spaces within urban settings where tribal arts, crafts, stories, and practices are showcased, not just for tourists but also for the younger generation of the tribes, is a step towards ensuring the endurance of these cultures. The role of educational institutions and museums in preserving and promoting the rich tribal cultures and histories cannot be overstated. By embedding indigenous stories, practices, and languages within educational curriculums, there's a potential to instill a sense of respect, understanding, and continuity amongst younger generations. Furthermore, considerations towards sustainable and inclusive policies are pivotal. Engaging with tribal leaders and communities in dialogues and policy making that impact their futures ensures that their voices are not submerged beneath the tides of national and global shifts. Ethical tourism also presents a viable pathway, where experiences are crafted to provide genuine insights into tribal cultures, while ensuring that the tribes themselves are active participants and beneficiaries within this exchange. Crafting these experiences in a manner that respects and preserves the integrity of tribal cultures is crucial. One cannot overlook the implications of such cultural dissolutions on the identities of individuals within these tribes. The negotiation between the pull of promising urban futures and the call of one's ancestral roots results in a complex, often challenging, internal and external dialogue. Women in these tribes, often the bearers and transmitters of cultural practices, face unique challenges and roles within this shifting landscape. Their experiences and narratives, particularly in navigating between traditional and modern roles, present a rich, yet often overlooked, perspective. In the heart of this complex interplay between preservation and transformation lies a myriad of stories, struggles, and dreams. The tales of individuals navigating through these turbulent tides, holding on to fragments of their ancestral past while stepping into an urban future, are resplendent with emotions, insights, and intrinsic human experiences. The spiritual beliefs, rituals, and practices of these tribes, often intimately tied with nature and ancestors, also find themselves at a crossroads. The spaces, both physical and metaphorical, where these practices were once held sacrosanct, are being continually negotiated, redefined, and sometimes lost. However, amidst the fading echoes, there are stories of resilience, adaptation, and a fervent holding on to what remains. There are tales of tribes finding innovative ways to weave their ancient practices within the fabric of a modern context, ensuring that their cultural essence continues to pulse through new expressions. Engaging with these narratives requires a lens that respects, understands, and empathizes with the intricate, multifaceted experiences of these tribes. It invites a dialogue that is not merely an external observation but one that listens, learns, and collaborates with these bearers of ancient cultures. As we delve into the unfolding chapters of these tribes, it's imperative to approach their stories with a heart and mind that acknowledges their sovereignty, wisdom, and the profound depth of their experiences. Their narratives are not mere historical footnotes but vibrant, living streams that continue to flow, even amidst the desert sands of disappearance. Exploring why the UAE's indigenous tribes matter invites us on a journey where every grain of sand holds stories of times gone by, and every echo within the desert landscapes whispers tales of a culture that, despite its challenges, strives to endure. Therefore, the exploration of disappearing tribes is not a mere observation of loss but a deeper engagement with what it means to hold onto one's roots amidst the relentless winds of change. It's a journey that invites reflection on preservation, respect, and an ethical engagement with cultures. To traverse through this exploration is to journey through layers of time, identity, struggle, and endurance. It invites us to ponder upon our own roles within the threads of globalization, preservation, and cultural respect, and to carve pathways that honor the myriad of human experiences and expressions. Thus, as the sands of time continue to shift, the tales of the UAE's indigenous tribes weave a rich, complex tapestry that invites exploration, understanding, and above all, a respect towards the endurance and transformation of human cultures amidst the ceaseless waves of change and modernity. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the forgotten tribes within the UAE. Please consider liking and subscribing for more interesting content on this fascinating region.